remember last week here on a program, among the things that we were talking about and pissing people off was the thought of putting local talent on your promotions to draw fans locally, as in the arena that you were running the show in. You remember this conversation?
Indeed,
Alice?
indeed I do. Indeed I do.
And I'd mentioned that we had local talent in Richmond the one time on a Ring of Honor show, that out of the 400 people that were there, the local talent, I said, sold more than 200 of the tickets. And then we went on, we talked about other things. Well, we here at the Experience, as Bolin reminds me to say all the time, we here at the Experience, we have a staff here that checks and looks around the internet and sees where our programs are mentioned and who's talking about, because we're all international celebrities now as a result of being involved with this fine programming. And at one of the searches came up that someone had taken issue to what I said on one of the wrestling message boards, and try to see if you can imagine this, Alice, in the most haughty of tones. It was the tone of the general statement on this message board, but the quote was, "For someone to say that Team A1 and Totally Awesome sold more tickets to a ROH show than everyone else on the roster combined seems so painfully out of touch with reality."
Well, I didn't know Thurston Howell III was still kicking around, but
well, thank you, Lovey. But that was an exact quote, ladies and gentlemen. I'm painfully out of touch with the reality because I said that these four gentlemen sold more tickets to a Ring of Honor show than everybody else on the roster combined. The problem is, I wasn't just pulling that out of my ass once again. Where did they think I get these statements from? We physically gave them 220 fucking tickets beforehand, and they fucking took them and physically brought us back the money for 220 tickets at the show. They sold them. Which is what apparently nobody still got the point of the statement that I was trying to make. Alice, can you help me convert this into any other language that people might understand? Why would they not get that I just said that?
Let's try to put this as simply as possible. The man knows whereof he speaks because he was there.
Well,
it's just that simple, isn't it?
So anyway, so yes, they did sell in this instance. They not only did that, but also here's another reason why they were on the show, because they were productive enough and what's the word I'm searching for? Ambitious enough. One of the kids also has done a lot of design work for me, just did all the design work for the local posters and flyers, which they had printed and posted about all over town. And they handled heavily local promotion, and they went and sold those tickets, and they brought the money back. As I wasn't just saying, because we advertised them on the card, they instantly drew all these people. I was pointing out the pluses of local promotion and why that's been done down through the years, over 100 years of history in professional wrestling. And then one follow-up statement was someone else saying, selling tickets to people you know in your hometown does not make you a draw. Yes, it does, in your fucking hometown. It makes you a draw in your fucking hometown. If anytime you can sell tickets for people to see you, it makes you a draw wherever that is. What difference does it make? I didn't book them to Boston, you idiots. Oh my God. I could not believe that exchange of people's thoughts and wits that was brought to my attention.
It's such an odd comment, the idea that why would a person want to draw people who knows who he is? Like, what?
Yeah, why would? Oh my God, that's the point of using local talent and giving them that break at the local level, because they have a local following who comes to see them and support them, and hopefully when they get on the big show, they impress everybody and they get better and better, and that's the way you find wrestling talent. And of course, you want to use local attractions down through the years, whether it's been local football players or local DJs or local newscasters, local whoever the fucks, because they have a local following. And therefore, since most of the shows you run are local, i.e. most of the people don't buy tickets, they're from out of town unless it's fucking WrestleMania, in which case that's a whole nother matter for a different day. That's where you're getting your crowd from, is locally.